welcome back. Today I am sharing with you guys a 12 by 12 layout I created for the Emma's Paperie blog. I will be scrapping a photo of myself and using these pretty papers you see here on the screen. I'm using a mix of supplies today, including the Chamel, a little bit of Amy Tan, a little bit of Maggie Holmes. So it's just like a really cool mix of a little bit of everything. And I'm going to be following the July sketch that was on the Emma's Paperie blog, which I'm going to be showing to you guys right here. It was designed by Annabelle Maley, and here's the sketch. So I'm going to try and follow this sketch as much as possible. Normally when I scrapbook, I don't usually find my inspiration through sketches. I kind of just go with the flow and start winging it. So when I am assigned sketches, I like to follow them as much as possible and get creative within the boundaries of the sketch. So this is what I'm doing first. I'm just tearing apart a little bit of that pink sheet, which is from the Floral Maggie Holmes Chasing Dreams collection. And I just love how that pink paper has a mix of whites. It's kind of watercolory and really soft. And I figured that using some mint to go with the pink would match really well. And I end up taking that strip at the top out of there because it's just really kind of clashing with the look I'm going for. So that pink and mint just goes really perfect with the photo. And I love the soft colors. So I'm going to start embellishing. Well, before I do that, I end up stitching those papers down. So I end up stitching it a little bit, and I kind of ruffle up the edges around the stitching just to give it a little bit of texture. And then also the mint paper, I just simply cut out a simple scallop, free-handed, no worries there. And so now I'm ready to start embellishing. I'm going to be using a mix of supplies. I have the Chamel Little by Little collection, again the Chasing Dreams chipboard stickers, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So and you guys will see how this layout progresses. It kind of did take me a while to get this one finished. Sometimes I feel like when I mix collections, I have like a little bit harder time blending them. And so, you know, it can be a little bit difficult to, not necessarily difficult, but just a little bit more frustrating to get it right. And I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just, you know, finding the right pieces to put together. So you see me doing a lot of finger tapping because I'm just thinking, okay, what can I do? So I'm going to be using that Dreams chipboard piece as my main title, and I'm also going to be bringing a little bit of gold alphas later on that's going to finish off my title, which will be Chasing Dreams. And I felt like the title just kind of went really perfect with the photo. Like, I've had this photo for about a year now printed, and I've always, you know, when I shuffle through my photos, I always see it, and I just kind of didn't feel ready to scrap it. But this Chasing Dreams collection is gorgeous. And just the way the photo is, how I'm like looking up. I mainly took this photo to take a quick picture of my hair because I had braided it, and then when I took the braids out, it was all nice and curly and puffy. And so I took a picture of that, and then I went ahead and edited the photo. But once I looked at it, you know, and I started looking at the supplies that I had, I realized that I really felt inspired to create a layout about dreams and big goals, and, you know, just kind of like an inspiring layout. I always enjoy creating layouts like that with, you know, photos of me. And I know I say this plenty times here on my channel, where, you know, I want to invite all of you guys to go try out and scrapbook photos of yourself. I know it might come easier to some of us, but some of us still have a little bit of hard time scrapping ourselves. Not necessarily me. But, you know, I think it's important to scrap yourself, not only because you can enjoy it and create whatever you want on your paper, but also because, you know, your family's going to look back at these, you know, layouts and books that you create. So it's important to, scrap yourself so in the future you can look back and, see yourself in photos and do all that. So that's my little tip for you guys. I'm big on the whole scrap yourself, and I don't know if it's sort of like a feminist thing. I'm totally for that. But it's self-love, and it's important to love ourselves too. So that's why I enjoy scrapping photos of myself, and I do feel a little bit guilty sometimes because I feel like I might appear to be a little selfish. And I don't think it's being selfish. I don't consider it that way. I think it's just important. It's part of the story. I'm part of the story just as much as, my son is and his dad is, um, in my books. So I love including myself. So anyways, I'm finishing off my title here, and I'm using these super cute gold alphas, which are from the Gather collection by Maggie Holmes. And all I'm going to do is put down the word chasing, and then it's going to just go perfect with the word dreams right under it. I'm bringing that super cute little birdie, and I had added a chipboard one earlier, and I'll be adding that one too. I'll be adding two little birdies up top. So you guys have been watching me as I've been talking, adding a few embellishments. So I added a little bit of a flower cluster to the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side I have that little cloud, and then also that blue cloud you see by the Chasing Dreams title. I end up removing that because it kind of just doesn't go with the blues. Like, it's a blue one, and it just kind of doesn't really go. So now I'm here showing you guys the hearts that I made. So this is part of the sketch. There was 3 hearts on the side, and I decided to just make them to hearts. I could have really used any shape. But what I did was I picked out some super fun Chasing Dreams papers, and I decided to make them like 3D. So I did 3 layers, and I just stacked them and then stitched them through the center, and then to leave them popped up so they don't go so flat once I put them in my albums, I am going to add a little bit of pop dots. So that's how I made those hearts. Each one is different. Like, I use the same sheets for all of them, but they're all in different orders, so they all look a little bit different. And so here I am. You guys saw me add a little bit of ink there to the right hand side. I was so scared when I did this. Like, after I did this, I was like, oh my gosh, my layout is ruined. But I decided to kind of mask it with some splatters. I added some mint Heidi Swap or Heidi Shine. I think that's what you call it. And a little bit of the pink again. So that kind of just masked it a little bit. It kind of brought in all the colors that I had from my papers to that minty and then the pink. And you guys see me sticking down my hearts now. They are super cute. These can be used as embellishments. These can be used as like to make a card. They're super easy to make. All I did was bend in half the chosen sheet that I wanted, and then I cut 3 size hearts, and that was it. It was super easy. So you guys see me, I stitched a little bit. The Chasing Dreams title is what I stitched, and then a little bit on the cloud in the bottom cloud by my face. And now I'm just popping up a little bit more hearts. And like I said, I'm going to be removing that cloud there at the top by my title. It just kind of doesn't really go with what I'm going for. Or it just doesn't go. It's kind of like adding an extra cluster to my page, so I felt like I had to get rid of it. And then I'm just sticking down a little butterfly. I love how I used birds and butterflies and clouds, and then the whole thing about chasing dreams. It kind of reminds me of like flying and, reaching for the stars. So there's that bird. I think I end up putting that bird next to the other one. And they just sit so well on top of my title there. There's no awkward gap after the chasing because, it's a little bit smaller. The birds kind of fill in that space. And then I just added a little bit of journaling there to kind of connect everything to the hearts. And then to each heart, I'm adding a quick sticker there from the Gather collection, which all together they say, follow your dreams. So the top one says follow, the middle one says your, and the bottom one says dreams. I'm just seeing what else I could do here. This one was definitely, a busier layout, more than I'm used to. And to be honest, I kind of was not very content with it at first. I was a little bit scared that it was a little bit too busy. But once I shared it on social media, I got so many likes and so many comments. And you guys really, really did love it. So thanks for all of you ladies who also follow me on Instagram for showing me the love on this layout. I kind of surprised myself. So that's always good. So I'm just adding a few more splatters, and that is going to finish off the layout, guys. I added stitching all around the border, and that finished it off. I hope you guys enjoyed, and here come the close-ups. I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.